Hey y'all, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I'm excited about this week's Reseller Chat, y'all. We have some really great topics. I have a handful of things I want to discuss with you. If that is of interest to you and you're enjoying these weekly chats, climb on board. Let's take a look at some things. Okay, guys, so we are back this week. Every time I'm done with the video from the previous week, my brain already starts thinking about things that are going on. I do stay astute and attuned when I'm watching other YouTube videos, watching sales from other people, where they're sourcing, what they're sourcing from. There are so many different things we can talk about as resellers, but the first thing that I would like to do is, first of all, give you an update on how I am doing, and also just talk about reselling. First of all, I would like to say, if you are new to reselling, I would like to say welcome to you. Also, if you are new to my channel, welcome to the first video on our YouTube channel. I am so excited you joined us for this video. I am a full-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. I am doing whatnot things. I did open up to Kidizin here recently. And also I am on YouTube here, and I am on Instagram. I am loving life freely on all the above. I love reselling. I am really enjoying this as a full-time business. I keep very busy at it. And I love the reseller community. Let's just say that. I love the reseller community. Whether you are a really seasoned reseller, brand new to the mix of things, I'm just so excited to be in a community of reselling, chatting with y'all in the comments down below, also chatting with y'all on many of our YouTube videos. Whether you're actually a YouTuber yourself or you're just involved in the chat on other YouTube videos, I love the camaraderie. I love connecting with y'all. I love sharing information. I love learning from y'all. Things have been kind of crazy for us this past week. As y'all know, my husband is working full-time job, and he has also gone back to school. It has not affected how our reselling is going. I am the main focus on things that we're doing, and that is so totally fine right now. He's doing great with what he's doing. He does help me with shipping and different things like that and sourcing. So that's a huge benefit. Excuse me, sorry. But I love what we do. I love the fact that what I do keeps me at home. I love the fact that I'm my own boss. I love the fact that I decide my own routine. And let me just do a plug-in here. If you're new to reselling and you're just starting out, you're in such a great place. This is such a great time, y'all, to be a reseller. Let's talk about that for a minute. Being a reseller today, with life the way it is, first of all, there's so many people doing online sourcing for their items. And I'm not talking about as a reseller, I'm talking about as a buyer. So many people are looking for online sourcing to purchase things because, one, they don't want to go to the mall. They work from home and they just like to source from home. They have kids and they're really busy with their kids' things. They don't want to get out. There are so many different reasons why people go online to buy their items instead of going into stores. So this is such a great time to be a reseller and provide great quality items for people when they want to just shop from home, right? I think also as resellers, we have the opportunity to provide them with great items. There are a lot of different ways to source online, find great items, or in the thrift stores, finding great items for great prices and be able to bless other people with those items. So I'm super excited about this year. I think especially with the economy, there's a lot of people looking for new at tags and pre-owned at a great price instead of paying retail for items. So please, if you are new to reselling, this is a great time to be a reseller. And this weekly chat is such a great way to find good information about reselling, places to source, just things about just different platforms. And I'm super excited about what this year has to offer all of us, whether you're a seller or a buyer on different platforms. It's just such a great time in this day and age to be either a buyer through reseller items or reselling the items yourself, or both. If you're a reseller and you buy items for your family through other resellers, or even able to take advantage of some of the items that you get through your boxes or sourcing or whatever, it's just a great situation, right? So if you're new here, I'm just so excited about your new journey. I'm so excited about the fact that you have a community here of resellers that can answer questions, help you out. And if you ever have questions, if you're a new reseller, or if you're seasoned and have questions, we can all learn from each other. And that's one thing I love about this Reseller Chat, is sharing information and learning from each other. I just think that it's such a great time to be able to do that. So I'm super excited about what this year has for all of us. I've just been really busy tweaking and changing my business model. As y'all know, I've been making some changes in January, going into February, so that when springtime hits, I'm rocking and rolling with things. I have made some changes even this last week. And I'm going to share some of those things with you in future videos too. Super excited about some things that I'm doing. And some of those changes I'm actually going to be talking about here in this chat. So y'all, let's dive in. First of all, from what I understand, there's some new changes to Poshmark Lives. They have now made it an actual part of Poshmark Lives. I guess there's like a thing in the Poshmark Lives. You all know I don't sell on Poshmark Lives yet. For one thing, I haven't been qualified and approved to sell on them. I did inquire about it just for curiosity. Have not heard back yet. But I am in touch with a lot of people who do YouTube videos that talk about Poshmark Live. So I try to stay astute and attuned to what is going on. And my understanding is that they have actually made it a thing now where you can actually set it up to do Poshmark silent auctions. The reason why I mention this is I would love to hear your feedback. Do you like silent auctions, whether they're on Poshmark or when people go on to Whatnot and they just put their thing up and they don't talk through their auctions? Do you like silent auctions? I'm curious to know. Comment down below. Tell me if you like them. I know a lot of people don't like Poshmark Lives, but if the lives do not bother you, do you like the idea of the silent auctions? And if you are a reseller on here doing these Whatnot, doing these seller chats with us, and you've been doing the silent auctions, tell me what a benefit it is to you, why you like it, and why it benefits your closet. I would love to hear down from you in the chat below. Either way, if you're actually running silent auctions, or if you are not actually a reseller on Poshmark Lives, if you like the idea, you're able to benefit from the silent auctions from other people doing lives. Okay, next. This is kind of a vast topic, but I want to discuss it. Talking about inventory clear out in January. Many of us have been talking about kind of clearing out some of the old inventory. Maybe we got in some boxes through liquidation, ThreadUp, helps you source, all those different things this last year. And we have some things that maybe they have brands in those boxes that came that we really don't want to sell through our closets, or maybe we have old inventory we want to clear out. I am curious if you're clearing out some of that old inventory, how you're accomplishing your clear out. Not just doing sales through your closets, but are you actually pulling items from things, or maybe you didn't list some things that you didn't want to list due to the brand, how you're getting rid of that inventory. Are you sending it back to Goodwill? Are you selling it to buy, sell, trade? Are you going and shipping some of it to ThreadUp to see if you can sell it through ThreadUp? And another thing that I thought of this last week that I'm actually thinking about doing this next spring, because we do a lot of yard sales in our area. Between our small town, surrounding towns, Sioux Falls, you all know that we've done yard sales. I'm actually thinking about doing my own yard sale for items. My COG is so low on so many of my items that I've gotten that even if I did a yard sale, I can at least make back my COG, and even on some of my items, double my COG, selling something for $5 or $6 at a yard sale. So I'm actually thinking about doing a big garage sale here at my house, yard sale this spring, and fleshing out some inventory and blessing people in my community and surrounding areas with those items, and then being able to reinvest those monies back into my business and still selling the items instead of just taking it back to the thrift store. Or because in one of the reasons why I'm thinking about doing this is some of my buy sell trade stores, will not take some of these items because they are older than a year or two or they're outdated. But I may be able to bless my community with some of these items, sell it for $4 to $6 a piece, which I think is a really low cog for, not cog, but cost of item. Especially considering the fact that in our thrift stores, you're paying $5 or more for used and pre-owned items, and in some places it's even more than that for y'all. So I think even charging $4 or $5 for items per item at a garage sale, I think that's a very reasonable price for good pre-owned items. So that is something I am thinking about doing this spring. I've already been kind of pulling some things from like my plus items boxes, the things I don't want to list. I'm setting them aside for doing a yard sale. Some of it I am sending into ThreadUp. And again, there's going to be some videos on that coming up. So I'm curious, how are you all clearing out? Are you just doing sales? Items that you don't want to list that you've gotten through boxes. Have you thought about doing garage sale? If you cannot do through through buy, sell, trade, or going through ThreadUp, things like that, how are you clearing out that inventory that you've received through boxes this last 2022, clearing out old inventory? I would really love to hear in the comments down below if you're just doing sales on those through your closets, or are you just going ahead and flushing those out and trying to find another way to clear that inventory that did not sell. Or maybe again, recently you've gotten boxes from liquidation companies that maybe those brands you cannot sell or don't want to list. How are you getting rid of those products without just sending it back to a thrift store and having it go through the cycle again? Please, please, please comment down below. I would love to learn from y'all. I love to glean from y'all what y'all are doing and see what people are doing to clear out their closet or possibly not list brands that they don't want to actually list in their closets to start with. Okay, so that's a topic right there. Next, I would love to talk about sourcing. I think this is kind of a vast topic for a few reasons. First thing I want to ask is, how do you, majority of your closets, stores, whatever you're selling on, whatever platform you're selling on, how do you mainly source? Do you source online, or do you source in thrift stores, or do you do a combination? If you source online, I would love to know what your max COG is when you're sourcing online. What your average max COG is. If it's $5, $8, $3, what is your max COG on your items? If you source at thrift stores, what is your COG on your items? And are you going to continue to do that this year, knowing the pricing of items in thrift stores? Or are you trying to do more online sourcing with lower end items? And let's kind of go into when we're selling, are you all doing like higher end items when you sell things and you're just trying to double your money? Or are you trying to do bulk selling because you have a low COG and you can like maybe double your items when you sell? And you're able to sell between like $20 to $30 in a COG between your offers and obviously the seller platform fees and all that. Are you looking to just like double your COG? I am curious how you guys are sourcing and how you guys are listing. Are you looking to just like double because you can get your COG low? How are you sourcing your items? Because I think coming into this next year, it's something we should definitely be looking at, is how we're sourcing the items that we're sourcing, and is our COG low enough so that at the end of this year, if we have things that are still hanging around, being like we were just talking about, being able to clear things out that we're still holding on to, how to accommodate for that. I think keeping our COG really low is so important, so that at the end of the year, if you are a bulk seller and you're trying to get your stuff going through your store quickly, I think it is really important that we keep our COG low, so that if we still have inventory at the end of the year, it is still easy to get rid of it. If you're trying to do a sale on it on your platform, or do like we were just talking about, doing a yard sale or sending it off to buy, sell, trade, your COG still being so low that if you get just back what your COG is, because most of these buy, sell, trades, I think you're looking at maybe $2 to $4, unless it's a really nice item like a blazer or a jacket or something. Your COG could be pretty low. So if you're wanting to at least make back what your COG was when you take a buy, sell, trade, to kind of get that stuff flushed through, having a low COG is so important. So share in the comments below where you source, where your average COG is, what your typical COG is when you're sourcing, and how you accommodate for that. Okay. The other thing that I want to talk about is our sales. I would love to know from y'all, have your sales started picking up a little bit? We are now going on to 3/4 of the way through January. We have, about a week and a half left of the month. I would love to know if your sales are still really stagnant, not just on Poshmark, but all the platforms you list on. Or have your sales slightly picked up a little bit? I have actually noticed for me, my sales have started to pick up a little bit. They're not what they were, but they're definitely starting to incline a little bit. And I'm really happy with that. So I'd love to know in the comments down below if you're noticing a little bit of an increase in your sales, kind of getting through the rest of January. Are you running sales to make that happen? Or are they just, their sales are getting better? I would love to hear from y'all. Going into February, I also think too that typically the end of January, the beginning of February is just that time of year, whether you're a reseller or retailers, major retailers. January and going into February is always just a slow time of the year, no matter where you're selling from. If you're a retailer, reseller, or whatever, those months are always going to be slower every year because of the time of year that it is. Just like summer sales can be slow because people are out in the sun having a good time and all that. So I would like us to not be frustrated with slow sales. I know it can be frustrating. I went into it. My husband and I both talked about it. We used to own a brick and mortar store where we did shipping. Even in that business, January and February were slow season months. And it was okay because we expected it. We knew that that was going to happen. So I knew going into January and February, my husband and I both talked about it. We knew that they would possibly be slow month sales. So we were actually accommodating for that with our business model, knowing that we would have slow sales, and we are okay with the fact that we're having slow sales. So I want you guys to breathe a little bit. I know we want more sales, but it's just what it is when you're reselling. These 2 months especially, and maybe sometimes in the summer months, you may have slow sales just because that's the time of year that it is. So why don't we just take a deep breath? It's okay, right? It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's just that time of the year. And maybe you can do like a 30% off or something if you're not already doing that. I know that other things affect that. On top of the fact, people are recovering from the holidays. We are still in a slump with the economy. So let's just take a deep breath. Things are going to get better. I just want to encourage you, don't stop. Don't get frustrated. Don't stop listening because, oh my gosh, why am I still doing this? And if you're new to reselling, it's okay. It will pick up. It's going to keep going. And consistency in listing is so important right now, y'all. I would definitely encourage you, if you're not listing at least 5 items a day, even as a part-time reseller, 5 brand new listings a day, especially during the slow season, is so important for the algorithm, for your consistency. It is not just the algorithm, guys. It's developing habits, right? Daily habits, so that even when things pick up, you have a consistent habit of listing 5 fresh new items a day on all your platforms that are important to you. Okay, so let's talk about cross-listing. I would love to know from y'all, some of you have one platform you sell on, and some of you cross-list on multiple platforms. I would love to know from y'all, if you cross-list, what platform you list on first. On your cross-listing platform, which one you cross-list to first, and then what others you cross-list to next. For me, I always cross-list on eBay first because that's my priority platform I'm looking to build right now. And then I do Mercari, Poshmark, and Kidizen. But eBay is my top priority platform. So which one is your top priority platform when you cross-list? And do you get all your listings cross-listed every day? Or do you fill in cross-listing platforms in your spare time? I would love to know in the comments below how you manage that, and if you've been consistent in your cross-listing and consistent in your listing. I would also love to know if you guys made goals last week. Did you accomplish your reselling goals last week? I know at the end of each video we talk about making sure we are accomplishing the goals we set out to do. And I do believe I had shared with you that I wanted to be more consistent in my listings and manage my listings. I feel like I've had a really, really productive week, especially since I've been tweaking and changing things and adding some things in my tweaking and changing. I have been extraordinarily busy, but I feel like it's been very, very productive. I've also made changes to my whatnot. And the reason why I did this is I'm really trying to build up my community and whatnot. And for me, my whatnot reselling is not as important to me as my platforms and reselling. It's more important for me to make sure I still get my 20 listings in each day. So I make sure that I have my drafts done. And I get cross-listed, at least 5 to 10 listings posted on eBay before I do anything else. And then outside of that, on my spare time, I get the rest of them done and I cross-post. When I do my whatnot, what I've decided to do while I'm building up my whatnot community, I've decided to stop stressing about whatnot. I really want to be on whatnot because I love the community on whatnot. I really do. Not only as a buyer, but as a reseller. I can't explain it, but whatnot community is just a phenomenal community. There's just so much support and encouragement and people lifting each other up and supporting each other in their auctions. And there's just such a great vibe on there. And I really want to be a part of that. And I not only want to receive that, but I want to give that. So what I'm going to be doing for a while is just doing new to whatnot chats and giveaways on whatnot. And in my buy it now, I'll have things where people can just go on purchase. But for now, I'm just going to be doing whatnot chats where when people are on there as new on the chat, I'm going to open co-hosting on my whatnot chats for people to get on and share as a seller how they came to whatnot and be able to share their own experience, and also for people to bookmark and follow them. So I'm going to be blessing people that are new to whatnot to be able to come on and do a shared chat with me to share themselves so that they can get things going on whatnot. So that's going to be what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing giveaways, and I'll have things in my buy it now. So if people want to buy things from me, they can just go to buy it now. So doing auction, and I'm going to be doing these whatnot share co-hosting chats on whatnot for a while. I'm going to try it for a month or two and just build up my community, build up my people, help encourage people, help new buyers or new sellers. And I'm really excited about this. I'm actually doing one today, and then I'm doing one Thursday, and then I'm also going to be co-hosting other buyers on some of these chats and asking them and interviewing them how they get started in reselling and how they got started in whatnot. So I'm super, super excited about where I'm going with this. It's kind of a new thing I'm doing on whatnot. I'm just going to enjoy it, have fun supporting other people, and build up my community there while I'm reselling on my other platforms. That's kind of what I'm doing with that. So how are your goals this week on your reselling? How are you doing on your platforms? Did you reach your goals? Have you made tweaks and changes? Are you happy with them? Do you need to make more tweaks and changes? Comment down below on how your week went, not just your sales, but how is your listing, sourcing, and everything else? How are you doing? How are your photos doing? Are you needing to tweak and change in your photos? How are you doing on your listings? Do you need to tweak and change how you're doing your listings? Maybe your descriptions. There's so many things about reselling that I want us to support each other in this reseller chat community. How we can help each other learn from each other. How do you do listings? Do you do a really simple listing, or do you do a really big description? That's a whole nother topic we can talk about. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. There's so many wonderful things about reselling I think we can share with each other, y'all. I'm really enjoying doing this reseller chat with you guys. I love researching to learn more myself and then sharing with you what I've learned. I love connecting with people. I love y'all's comments down below. If you have not interacted in comments down below and you've thought about it but haven't yet, please do feel free to do that. And sorry, I'm getting a call in here. And please feel free to leave a comment down below if you haven't done that yet. Sorry, I was trying to decline a phone call. I would love to hear from you. I know some of you are quiet, and that's so totally fine. I have no problem with that. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. We have so many great things coming up, y'all. I am going to be doing some more 90-day updates. I had kind of put them off a little bit because what was going on with Whatnot and me pulling from boxes and stuff, it just wasn't working. But now that I'm not actually going to be listing items like that on my Whatnot auctions for a while, I will be doing 90-day updates on my unboxings. And I'm going to try and go back and see what 90-day updates I can do. We do unboxings through many different sources. I do it souls. We're doing thrift hauls. In a few months, we're going to be doing some yard sale hauls. I'm also going to be keeping you updated on my ThreadUp thing that I'm doing. I have a video coming out soon about ThreadUp. Please do subscribe. Hit that bell notification number so you know what I'm doing with ThreadUp. I have boxes going in this weekend, so please do subscribe. And guys, if this reseller chat video, if these videos are a blessing to you, please do give it a thumbs up. So many of you guys are watching my videos. It just warms my heart. But please do subscribe so that you are notified when new videos are coming up so we can connect more. I just want to connect more with y'all, okay? Guys, thank you so much for watching today. So excited about this video. And I'm so excited to listen to see what all y'all are going to leave down below. I've got a couple of you consistently left thoughts. Thank you so much for your support. You all are amazing. I do try to respond to the messages, so you guys just warm my heart. I'm loving it. And guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.